welcome. Hope you had an amazing day today.
Well, as great as it could be, I did. Thank
Great.
you.
Great. Okay, before
I
we start, can you tell us two fun facts about you?
okay. Okay. Some fun facts. I would say, well, first off, I'm a divergent nomad. I like to travel alone. Like I'm a lone traveler. Another fun fact would probably be like I'm an AI nerd. So I don't know if that's a fun fact, but yeah, I like to travel alone, and yeah, I like to geek out on data and analytics.
Great. Thank you. We are ready for you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, so good to be here again. Thank you all for joining the call today. To aid my presentation for today, I would love to share my screen. I would love to share my is a presentation slide that I made up so that we can like follow through. 1 minute. Okay. Trying to share. Okay, let me just share my entire screen. I don't know, I can't find. Yeah, I'm a solo traveler. It can be interesting. Okay. Okay, all right. I'm sharing my screen now. Kindly confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can. Thank you.
All right, great, fantastic. All right. So I'm unable to share this screen alone, so I'm sharing my entire screen. So pardon me if I'm unable to see your questions when I'm done with the introductions, or when I'm done with the entire presentation. I would check the questions that might be dropped or comments, and I would reply accordingly. And we also have a session for questions after the session. All right. So to get into it, navigating the AI era, it's quite an interesting time right now, right? You would all agree with me. There's AI everywhere popping in, ChatGPT especially, like it's just busting our heads. I would imagine so. So as much as interesting as it would be, AI did not just start today. And I want to prepare our minds for something here. If we use Android phone, or we use iOS, Apple phones, we know Siri, we know Google Assistant. When we say, "Hey Siri, show me the nearest restaurant to my house," it shows you something. But little do we know that that is actually AI. Little do we know that AI has been in existence for almost a decade. This is 2023. So yeah, 2013, probably, yeah, around that time range, right? So what I'm trying to say is that AI is not new, but it's just the fact that there's more attention to the industry, which makes it really interesting for us in the industry. It's just like blockchain. When blockchain came in 2020, 2021, where everybody was talking about crypto, Bitcoin, you were holding, you were all investing. I see you. So that's just what it is. Just like there's this buzz around AI right now, and it's very interesting to know. It's very interesting because it's helping the industry to grow faster than we could have ever even imagined. So to get right onto it, this is Philip. So I am a product manager, I'm a data scientist, I'm a data science product manager, I'm an AI product manager, just nomenclature. So it depends on where I am or who I'm speaking with. I introduce myself as a product manager when I'm with product managers sometimes, data scientist when I'm in data science forums, data science product manager usually, because I'm a combination of both worlds. So I, like Sarah already described, I'm a certified professional manager. I have certificates in product management, data science, and also blockchain, right? So a bit of history there. I started product management in 2019 during the last election. Actually, I was working at INEC then, and little did I know actually that I was doing product management as at that time, right? It was until later in the time, like almost all product managers would agree with me. So I was able to transition into banking industry. Then I wanted to do more. Like me, somebody, if there are people like me out on this call, I like to push for the next big thing. Like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing we can do? So I started experimenting with blockchain. I have a degree, sort of a degree in blockchain studies. I wanted to like combine product management and blockchain studies together. Let's say product management in blockchain. There are really no, as at that time, 2020, right? There was really no uh, blockchain product manager really. So I then saw that in Nigeria, the use case in Nigeria was really very, not impressive. So I decided to go into analytics. I've always loved analytics anyways, but I was afraid of like I was going to code, Python and all that. But currently, I then went to do courses and I joined Wema Bank as a data scientist. Actually, it was until I joined Wema Bank I kind of saw the use case for me to become a data science product manager, to combine both worlds. And luckily for me, I have a line manager that really understands these things because he also has product management background. So he really understands the need for a data product manager. And that's how I became what I am today, data science product manager. So in my leisure time, I try to write. I am trying to speak now. I'm more of a writer than a speaker, actually. So, and I'm also an open banking enthusiast, really, because it's data, right? And banks and financial institutions can now share data of their customers to the entire world, right? Especially in Nigeria, not the entire world, right? But through the open banking guidelines that CBN has released, this is possible. Every bank used to hold their bank's customers' data like very tightly, but now through open banking, every bank can now share the data of their customers to make things really better and bring innovation. So I love that idea. I'm a Liverpool fan. I try to advise startups that reach out if I can, when I can. And like I said earlier, I'm a divergent nomad. I like to travel alone, explore. All right, so let's get into it. Data product management, really. You just think they are just stringing words together, but no. But first, before data product management, I'm sure a number of us on this call already understand what we mean when we say product management, right? Because this is Product Dive. It's a platform for product managers. But the world we live in now has now made us to know that we need something extra. We need to expand on our current capabilities. And because we live in such an interesting time in the digital age, everything we interact with digitally generates data. Currently on this call, I can't see currently, but as the last time I noted over 75 people on the call, and that's actually data already. If we now want to streamline it to say how many people are males, how many people are females on the call, that's data. That's analysis on the data, right? They will now want to say how many people have their video on, how many people have their video off, more further analysis on the data. So what I'm trying to point out is that data is everywhere, really, if we do look at it. Yesterday in Lagos, for those in Lagos, you will know that there was traffic in almost everywhere in Lagos, right? If you've been following when rain falls in Lagos, you will know that there's always traffic after a rain. So why do you know that there will be traffic? This rain that wants to fall, or more, this traffic will be very intense. It's because you've collected data in the past and you've analyzed it to know that data and traffic, rain and traffic in Lagos are brothers. So to really talk about data, every day, all around the world, we generate billions of data points, billions. If you just do Google search to say how much data do we generate every day, you'll see it's way beyond billions, actually. It's way beyond billions. So this data, actually, companies have now come to say this data they have about their they have about their customers. How can they use it to improve a number of factors, like make their customers happy, solve customer complaints, for product development and positioning, market positioning, market research and all that. So companies have now started looking into the data that they already have to make further decision and generate insights from them. So this gives a very great use case for data product management. What do product managers do? They build really great products, So using data that you already have to now build products, come on, you'll never eat, you'll never miss, you'll always eat. So also, let me describe what a data product is here. So DJ Patil, the former United States chief data scientist under Obama's regime, described data product as a product that facilitates an end goal through the use of data. And I want this to really sink in with us, right? Because when we just think of data product management or data products, and people think, oh, AI. I'm going to break it down for you, right, in a few minutes. But just take this in. And I will now ask, please, I would like you to unmute and just answer me. Do you think ChatGPT is a data product? Looking at what this definition is. Remember, data product is a product that facilitates an end goal through the use of data. So is ChatGPT a data product, everyone?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, it's a data product.
Yes.
Thank you
Because
very much.
it's
Yeah,
a data product. It's a data product because it leverages on or it crawls other information from other websites and other social media platforms and all that to answer questions. Because, for example, I observed that I once asked ChatGPT a question, and I can say directly that this is where the AI this thing fetched that information from. So it's a data product.
Okay, great. All right. So just a little bit to tweak what you've said, right? First, I agree, ChatGPT is a data product, and I will explain why. However, the later part of your comment, Google is more of a crawler. Google crawls answers from the internet, connects from different sources and gives you something that closely relates to what you are querying for, what you're asking for on your Google space. However, but truly in reality, ChatGPT doesn't crawl the web, or social media. No. So what ChatGPT is a product that uses data that has been trained on. So to not confuse us, we have data. Companies then move ahead to do something called machine learning on the data, right? And the combination of a lot of machine learning coming together, you get your AI, right? Which is what we know ChatGPT to be, AI. So OpenAI, the company that's created ChatGPT, they've trained ChatGPT with billions of parameters, right? We call them parameters, but literally they are just like data. They are words. They are textual words, right? They've trained them on billions of parameters. That is why whatever you ask ChatGPT, there's almost always an answer for it, because they've trained it on this corpus amount of data for you to now get a response when you query it through the interface that we know as ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is a data product because it facilitates an end goal through the use of data. Those things we all ask ChatGPT and everything has been trained, has been pre-trained. So it is called ChatGPT. GPT means generative pre-trained transformer. I hope I'm correct, because I don't keep all these words in my head, right? But that is what I believe it is, really. So ChatGPT is just pre-trained, really. It does not crawl internet. Even if you go to the website, you will see it says it doesn't have data from 2021 backwards, right? So to just really move on, let me just now explain what data product management is. Data product management really is the practice of managing the entire life cycle of data-driven products, from ideation to launch to continuous improvement, like we do in product management. We are product managers, right? We know this is what we do. The only difference is it is now data-driven product, not just a product that's, think I want to solve a problem. Let me create a startup in logistics tech, in health tech. But this is really data-driven. So even if you now look at it in the large scale of things, almost every product we deliver or we build should really be data-driven products, because you shouldn't just build in isolation. You should just build on a hunch. You shouldn't just build on my CEO says so, if that's the case. So it also involves communicating, collaborating with cross-functional teams to ensure that data products meet business objectives and user needs. And that is one of the beauties of data products. Data products will make you use data, and you can never get it wrong, because you are using data. You have used analytics to build what you are building. So you are sure of what you are doing. You are not just doing it on the hunch. You are not just doing it on the guesswork. You are sure that there are 12 females on this call. There are 15 males on this call. The highest number of customers we have in our database as a company is our males. So we can either push promotions to the males to say, your customers keep banking with us or keep using our products, or you can want to make the female come up as well, like let them start using your product more and push promotions to say, come and join our company, come and use our product rather. As if you're a female, come and use our products. You get this discount when you use our product for the first time and all that. To scale the user customer base up, right? So that's one of the things that data really does for you. So data product management also requires a deep understanding of data, technology, product knowledge, as well as the soft skills that I listed: communication and leadership, stakeholder management, and all that, right? And people, when I get to talk to people about data product management, right, people tend to ask me, so do I really need to know about data analytics? Do I need to know about data science, machine learning, Python? Not exactly, right? You do not need to know about Python and machine learning and all that, right? But you do not need to use them, but you need to know about them. You need to know about them because you are building something in this space. You have to have that domain knowledge in data analytics to be able to like apply that knowledge into your products that you're building, right? So this is where I was hoping to get to as well. Really, what's the fuss about AI? So let's break it down, because somebody mentioned on the call, I couldn't see your name. Sorry about that. That he said ChatGPT is a product that's cross social media. Well, not exactly like I mentioned. ChatGPT is a pre-trained product, is a pre-trained transformer. It just transforms what has been pre-trained on and shows us the output in an interface, right? So what's really the fuss about AI? Like I said when I started the call, AI is not new. It's just the attention that has been drawn to the field that makes it look like it's the next big thing. AI is not new. Your Siri uses AI. Companies uses Netflix uses AI. Jumia uses AI. Amazon uses AI. The fact that something is recommending something to you. So in the let's use Netflix for an example. A lot of us might have a Netflix profile. We might use Netflix. Netflix tells you to pick a number of movies, right? When you first try to onboard. And once you click those movies, it starts showing you movies like that in that genre. Same thing for Boomplay, same thing for all this Spotify. They ask you to pick the kind of songs you like, then it starts recommending songs like that to you that they think you like this playlist based on what you listen to, based on what you picked earlier when you were onboarding. So that's really what AI is: artificial intelligence. It's an intelligence, system that is sort of like artificial, not human intelligence. So, and how do we get artificial intelligence? Like I said earlier, it is from the data we already have. They will now do some advanced analytics on it, e.g. machine learning, sometimes NLP. In the case of ChatGPT, they used NLP, they used a whole lot of other machine learning programs, right? Because it's the purpose of AI is to use a whole lot of ML use cases so that you can get the nearest intelligence possible to humans, right? Because you can't just train your data on just one machine learning technique. It won't get you to the nearest level of intelligence of humans. So what usually happens is they train it on a corpus amount or a large number of machine learning techniques, and to mirror what the natural human intelligence would look like. So AI, data, machine learning, AI, that's just what it is. So without data, AI is pointless. Without data, machine learning is impossible. So data, machine learning, AI, that's what every company does, right? So when we want to think about AI, talk about AI, let us always know that it starts from the data we already have, right? And that is what's really the force about AI is. So let's now move ahead because of time, and I want to give ample time for questions. So how to succeed in data product management in the age of AI, right? I always tell people that are kind of analytical, that I come across, especially data scientists, that I think you need to do a course in product management. For a fun fact, if you go on Google today, you just ask what's the percentage of failure? What's the failure percentage of data science projects? Over 70% of data science projects fail. And why? You would think they're in the data space, they should know, like they are using data, so there shouldn't be a miss. But when you streamline the process, right, you discover that these projects just happen in isolation. There's no form of product development, this design thinking around problem solving. It doesn't exist in so many of these companies. So what they just do is, okay, this business team says their customers are not transacting. What can we do? I think we can do this. I think we can do that. That's even still better. Some companies with some data scientists or data teams will just say, we think your unit will need this product. So this machine learning, whatever they might have built, I think we should use it. And the team will be like, my customer is asking for this feature. This what you're saying to me doesn't just even it doesn't make any, it doesn't give me any use. It's completely useless to me, right? So that just gives a very, very great need for us to have that product management knowledge, even as analytics professional, right? So when we want to build data products, for example, I call them data products because although it's in a project, but they are data products, right? You'll discover that when you apply proper design thinking to whatever you're building, you start from your all the problem discovery. Sorry about that. The car is so sorry about that. Okay, let me just get it. So you discover that this okay, thank God. So you discover that this AI I lost my line of thoughts. I need to be distracted. So design thinking, yes. When you now discover that you apply proper design thinking to your products or your project, you discover that you generate more value, right? You meet with the team before you even start. You ideate, you test, you develop, you prototype, right? It helps you to really hit the goalpost, you really get it right. So one of the ways to succeed in data product management is to be aware of vertical consideration, and I would explain. So in today's world, in AI world, like I said, there's data, there's machine learning, then there's AI. It all starts with the data. But imagine your data already has bias. How do you succeed in AI or in data product management when you build something that has bias already? And I would explain. A loan company, for example, uses data to know if they will give a customer loans, right? And I'm thinking in my head, data already says that people that are tall, that are dark, that are black, that you wear glasses, they will default on loans. So that automatically means me, Philip, I'm tall, I'm dark, I use glasses, I will default on my loan, even though I naturally would not default on my loan, right? So this ethical issue comes up a lot in data product management because and in AI really, because it is only what you have in your data that comes out in your artificial intelligence. It's garbage in, garbage out. If you put rubbish data, you get rubbish results. That's just it, without missing words. No data scientist would miss words with you on that. It is garbage in, garbage out. So we have to be cautious of bias when we are building data products. Another thing is privacy concerns, right? When we think of an idea, we want to just, this thing can fly. We can get customers to do this, we can get customers to do that. But we also have to consider the privacy of those customers, because privacy right now in the world is very germane. There's NDPR, there's GDPR. They are there. They find companies huge sum of money. You just don't hear about them publicly. A lot of startups, in fact, especially those loan companies. You remember, if you follow tech news, you remember there was a time that they had to shut down a lot of loan companies where they were collecting the data of the people on the contact lists of, they are collecting the details of the contact list of people that come to collect loans from them. Then when the customer defaults on loans, they start calling and start pursuing the people on their contact list. That's a very, very grave privacy issue. So we have to also consider that when building data products. For you to succeed in data product management, you have to consider privacy of your customers. Another thing is job displacement. I put it here because a lot of people ask me that, will AI come and take my job and all that, right? AI will really not take anybody's job. AI is a means to an end. It's not the end itself, right? If I am if there are two people, right, working together and they're at risk of AI taking their jobs. There's a report that shows the jobs at risk. I think it was released by OpenAI, in fact, that shows the jobs at risk for in this age of AI. And you will discover that it would really be the people that would use AI that would really save their jobs. So who doesn't use AI and is afraid of it would really just be displaced, to be frank. Because somebody using AI would take the job of somebody not using AI. That's just what it is. And it's not that AI will take your job. It is somebody using AI. So I use AI to make my CV better. I apply for a job. I use my ordinary head and I just arrange it anyhow. I just, it's not really coherent. The recruiter will just see my CV and just straight away, because this other one sounds like you really mean business. It's tailored to the job advert that has been posted. So AI is just here to make our lives better. Let me just put it out there. It's a tool. It's not the end itself. It's a means to an end, right? Just like we have calculators. Mathematicians were afraid that calculators will take their jobs, but today everybody uses calculators, right? So let's have that back of our mind. So another way to succeed in data product management in the age of AI, I'm trying to rush. This is 6:41. We have to foster a culture of collaboration. So product managers, naturally, you should be great at collaboration. But now you're in data, you're in analytics space, there's an extra layer of development. So how the development cycle usually works is you have to do the analytics, then the aspect of the analytics is now what you like probably build into a product or used to be the product, then you now go ahead to do your software engineering behind. So there's that extra layer of development. So you have to be conscious of how to deal with the data engineers, the data analysts, data scientists, even data governance officers, like as we have it, because of privacy concerns, like I mentioned. So we have to consider all these what's it called? We have to consider these things while building data products. So another thing is to implement the agile approach. So like I said earlier, data science projects really fail in the past until, like, personally, I discovered that data science products are now, like, in my own case, right, they are getting used because there's that bit of product management behind it. So the agile approach is very important, right? It's not just when you build something and you can deliver to the team. Agile, you are constantly reiterating, you are constantly meeting with the team if it suits what they want, right? Just the agile approach, as we are aware of. And another thing is to leverage advanced analytics, right? While a data product can actually just be you analyzing your data to now, like, make more decisions on your product, you can also apply some form of advanced analytics. Try machine learning, see if it will generate more results for you, if it will deliver more value to you. And like I also mentioned earlier, apply design thinking. I think I should have even begun with this on this slide, but I did begin with it when I was talking. Design thinking is very important, even while building data product management, data products, right? So to move ahead, so how do you leverage data and AI as product managers, right? Because I want to believe that there are not as many data product managers currently as we have product managers, right? We usually just have general product managers compared to specialized product managers. So how do you leverage data and AI as product managers? So one of the ways I mentioned earlier, data product analysis. AI can be used to generate insights that is usually not seen by humans, and which is true, right? I can see on the call already, like I mentioned earlier, the last time I saw the number was 75. It's probably not have increased now, but I can just say, oh, there are 50 females on this call, 25 males. That's just all the insights. Then what do I do with that? But AI would help you to do some further analysis on it. Some of the popular use cases you can have is customer segmentation, for example. We call it customer segmentation. So let's say we now apply customer segmentation on this call. You will be shocked to discover that there are more segments on this call than just male and female. There are more segments on this call than just where you live, or if you're in Lagos or you're in Accra, Zera, or you are in out of Africa, right? So AI really does help in this manner, and you have to, like, be conscious of when to use AI. So sometimes the problem might just be doing just product analysis, doing data analysis on your products. But sometimes it might also need that you need to, like, apply some advanced analytics on it. So, and AI would really help in this manner. Remember, like I said, there's data that used to build machine learning that now becomes your AI. So that's just the description. So another way you can leverage AI as a product manager is personalization or recommendation. And like I mentioned, Netflix, that's the perfect example for recommendation. Even YouTube, I'm sure if we all don't use Netflix, we all use YouTube. As tech people, we have to go to YouTube to search for something, right? And you discover my YouTube cannot be the same thing like your YouTube, like what I see on my landing page. Immediately I open my YouTube now, I think it's comedy. I see this comedic act, because that's what I go to there to listen to most times, right? So, and I'm sure for some people it might probably be tech stuff. For some people it might probably be religious stuff. So that recommendation makes it show that, oh, this is based on the data they've collected about me, that I always look at things like this. So let them keep recommending things like this to me. So you can also do that for your products. As a product manager, you can see that, oh, why are customers using this feature more than this other feature that we think would be the best thing after sliced bread, right? So data will help you do make these decisions, and AI will make you like use them and deliver them appropriately. So another way is predictive analysis. So predictive analysis means analytics rather means you are looking at the historical data, you're identifying patterns, and making predictions with it. And an example would probably be the loan delinquency model, for example. A loan delinquency model will just say, let's look at this person's past history of collecting loans. And it uses a lot of data features actually, to be frank. But when you now look at this person, that this person went to this bank, he collected loan, he paid, he was late by 2 days. He went to this place, he was late by 3 days. He went to this place, he was late by 1 day. And you see that pattern. Like the AI will see that pattern. And it's just tell you, bro, if you do give this person loan, it would delay the payments. It's just classic thing. It's just data. That's just what the data is, right? So you have to always be conscious of using that data in the right way, because it could also be that there are other reasons, right? It's not absolute, but there could also be other reasons why the person is defaulting. What if the systems of those other places are not picking the loans at the set date? It will count as the person is not paying back on that set date, right? So remember I mentioned bias earlier, right? So we have to also consider those things when we are developing our systems. So predictive analysis analyzes historical data to identify pattern and make predictions on your products. Another way to leverage data as a product manager is natural language processing. This is the most interesting currently, right? Because the use case is vast. So one of the ways is sentiments, customer sentiments on social media. You see companies like almost every viral tweet now, when you go, you just see MTN, so you at the charts, so bank, I transferred, I can't see it. Why are people doing that? Because they know these companies will see those stuff and reply them immediately. There's actually a channel for reporting. There's a channel for customer service, but people see that, I don't know, maybe people think it's not efficient. Even people close to me, in fact, even people in service industry that understands the process flow of things in service industry, they still go to social media to make complaints because they know people would respond to them. A friend was telling me, or a senior colleague that was telling me about when he had to go on social media to like make a complaint about his experience with his service. And the CEO of the company reached out to the person and apologized, and everything was sorted. Why do people do that? Because they know they will get that response. So understanding that is actually already data. So collecting these sentiments from social media already and analyzing it to see what people are saying about your product is a classic use case of NLP, natural language processing, and AI, because NLP is a subset of AI, right? And even what we have in ChatGPT is still natural language processing. It's processing every language that you have put in, and it gives you texts based on what it has been pre-trained on. It's a whole lot of technical jargon behind, but that's just like that's just really what happens in layman terms, right? So another way you can use NLP is actually chatbots. ChatGPT is a chatbot, to be frank, and even companies are not even going to do conversational AI. Conversational AI is your Siri. Imagine since when Siri has been in existence, right? So people now use these things, like it processes your language. So it now predicts and says, okay, this is what you are talking about. This is how I can better serve you. So the use case is just really massive. And that is one of the things that makes it interesting for me as a data science product manager, because I can apply all these techniques from different angles to solve a problem, right? And there will always be value delivered. So if you want to become a data product manager, you have to leverage on these things. You have to like know about these things to make your products better. Even if you're just a generalist product manager, these are things you can recommend as well. You can be the chatbot for your product to ease you from your customer service problems, right? So that instead of people coming to wait for creating tickets for you to respond to them, you can easily respond to them through your chatbots, right? And because of time, and let me just stop there. I will just leave with this quote that says, "Go the extra mile, it's never crowded." Dr. Wayne Dyer. So when we think we are doing just something really ordinary or really cool, we should also think of how we can make it extra cool, right? This thing I'm doing is really massive, it's really awesome. How can I make it also go better? That's what landed me to become a data science product manager. And I hope we all apply that as well in our daily lives and in our professional lives. Thank you very much for joining this session today. It was really an awesome time sharing this information with you, because when I started as a data product manager, I did not know anything. I was trying to reach out to people that are already in the space. A lot of people didn't respond to me. A number of them did, but I saw that this career path has been in existence for over 10 years. Right, people like Mercedes, Visa, Mastercard, like they have data science product managers as way back as 2013, 2015. Right, so we always have to like look for new frontiers to make things better, solve problems for our companies that work for or our startups. Right, and you can always connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm Philip Ade-Akanbi. You can send a mail to me. I would respond. I'm on Twitter as well with that link there, and that's a profile there. So thank you very much. It was a pleasure speaking with everyone, and I'll take questions now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Please, if you have any questions for Philip, you can either text them out or raise your hands and we will give you the go ahead. Before we start, someone sent in a question. So the person wants to know, do you need to learn Python, SQL, and other languages to succeed as data product manager?
Okay, thank you for the question. Like I said earlier, you need to know of it. You don't need to know it. Like you don't need to know SQL. You don't need to know. Although I find that in startups, some people like have to learn SQL, learn these things as product managers. It's fine by you if you're interested, but product managers shouldn't code. I was speaking with product managers, data product managers from different companies, international companies, and I discovered they do not write a single line of code. Right? I still do some Python for my data products, right? But real product managers, core product managers that have been in existence for a long time, they do not code. What they do is even tell the data scientists what to build. So they're the ones that go to meet the business, understand what the business wants to, the problem they want to solve, then go to tell the business, the data scientists or the data team to say, this is how you should build this based on this feedback from these customers. Like, product managers be middlemen. So that's just what it is. So you do not need to learn Python, you do not need to learn, except you are personally interested or you want to become a data scientist on the side as well, like I am. So, but if that's not the case, do not stress yourself to learn Python. But you should know of it so that you can apply it to the data products you are building and have an understanding of how it goes.
Great, thank you. So we have few hands raised up. So we will start with Paulo. Please make your questions very precise and concise as possible. Please, you have 20 seconds to ask your questions. Thank you.
I can't hear any question.
Please, if you have your hands raised, can you unmute and ask your questions?
All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me. This is David. Can anyone hear me, please? I just want to confirm.
Hi, David. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So, in your previous slide, there was a particular point you gave, and I was wondering how. So you talked about how a bank can go through a customer's data from one bank to the other bank to know if that customer is going to default on a loan. So I want to know, is it AI that will gets or generates that data from other banks? Because yes, really, I'm a product manager, but just recently I started learning data, but I don't know how a please you can explain how a data product manager can generate that kind of information and then work on it, how it works. Thank you.
All right, all right. Okay, thank you very much. So currently, I think you're talking about the open banking thing. So currently in today's Nigeria, CBN has approved the guidelines for open banking. I think, I'm not sure if it's the only, but the first in Africa to do that, open banking, where banks share data of their customers with each other, financial institutions generally. So even if I'm a startup and I have data of customers, I am obliged, it's not compulsory, but I am obliged to share that data with another financial institution because we have that understanding, and there are structures in place that CBN has approved. Before you can do that, there are structures in place for you to have, so that the data privacy, and all that. So to answer your question, so in today's Nigeria, yes, it's possible. So currently, there are before open banking all came, there were companies that could handle that. You have your credit bureau that you could easily get data from about customers from. So they are like a body that has been created to there's like a body that has been created to have they collect data from different financial institutions, right? And so you go to them as a startup, you go to them as a company to say, this customer wants to collect loan from me. How do I please let me run a credit score or a credit check to know if this person will default or if this person has a loan somewhere that is bad, so I don't just give this person money again and I'm in debt and there's a bad loan already on my neck. So that's just how it is really. So these companies have agreed to share their advanced data, the data of their customers. Some ones have, some ones haven't, but I believe everyone would, because of CBN's interference with this open banking guidelines that they've released. So yes, it's possible, very possible.
Thank you. Abimbola, Paul, please can you go ahead with your question?
Okay, thank you very much. So yeah, Philip, I would like to ask, I'm one who works on, please, can you hear me, Philip?
Yes, yeah, but it's quite low,
Okay.
but yeah.
Okay, please just manage me. All right, so I only works on, I manage the chatbot currently, which is powered by AI, all right? I mean, which is AI powered, and I've heard a lot of things, and I can resonate with it very well in the NLP things. I don't code, I don't understand, what's it called, Python or all of those things. But yes, I manage the chatbot from the back end in terms of when customers, so I try to teach the chatbot based on FAQs and some other information that we provide from the end. All right, so I'm just trying to, so how do I improve myself? I actually just started this role in it about 3 months. So how do I improve myself to be better, right? To improve myself beyond just managing the chatbots from getting queries and just teaching the chatbot how to respond more or how to develop journeys. And I don't want to beyond just this basic, how do I develop myself to be better? Thank you. That's
All right. That's a fantastic question. All right, but before I get to your question, Abimbola, Abdul Rauf is saying, you said I don't need to learn SQL, Python, and machine learning to work. Then how do I interact? Great question. So I did not say you should not learn. I say you should know of it, but you don't need to really start know it deep end. Say you want to be doing Python deeply, but you just need to, and probably if you interact with these people, which would also sync to the answer I want to give to Abimbola, interact with people in the space already. So when they are talking, you understand what is possible, you understand what is achievable, right? Me myself, when I first started to say, let me join this to start this career path, I had to reach out to a lot of people. I just went to LinkedIn, typed data product manager, data science product manager, typed AI product manager, whichever one pops up, I just chat them to say, tell me, what's your day-to-day like? How do you do this? How do you do that? And some of them respond, and that's been really helpful to me myself. So you do not really need to learn you don't need to like really go into the rabbit hole of machine learning, because trust me, machine learning is a rabbit hole. To be frank, if you are not good, if you don't want to know about coding, you will get lost. I will not miss my words, right? But it's possible, it's doable. People do it, right? But if you're not interested, really, just you can do a course. There are so many courses that tells you like AI for something, like rudimentary based AI that you need to just know of. But you don't need to like now start going into all the modules in Python to like build the products. No, just need to like know of it. But I don't know how to explain it further, but just don't stress yourself, because I notice people get lost. So I do something with a number of professionals where we kind of teach people on how to in analytics, sort of like give them clarity. And we discover that a lot of people just don't even know where to start from. They just learn everything and anything together, right? And they get lost and they get confused, right? So we tend to like give them that clarity along their journey. So Abimbola, one of the things I would advise you need to do is to what's the word? Connect with people in the space already. Like reach out, ask them questions to know better, read articles, really follow Twitter, like follow them on Twitter, read about the articles. Me currently, what I think one of the things that has added to my knowledge in AI is because I follow a lot of these thought leaders in AI. So my Twitter, when I go my Twitter, everything is AI. And like I mentioned, recommender, it recommends based on what you're currently interacting with. So just do all these things and you'll be exposed to more use cases. You'll be exposed to how better to do things. Just today, I was learning that something that I did, I was a product that I built, a data product I built. I just learned that there's another way to even go around about it, but it was academic. So my line manager went for an international conference and he met with some analytics professional in the US, and he said they were something we thought like we were able to like find the answer, and it was really cool. But they have another simpler way to go about it, right? But it's just because they're professors and they probably don't build it from scratch to make it simpler. So really connect with these people, and it just comes to you. You just see that, oh, I know about this thing, I can apply this thing. Go for conferences, go for events, like just be all out there. To be frank, that's just one of the best ways I can advise. So
Okay.
I hope I tried with your question.
Thank you so much. Please quickly, I want to say that I learned product analytics from product school. Then
Okay.
I did a little bit of SQL too. So as an intern, I interned in one product management firm like that. So, but now I want to ask if there is an opening for data product management role, can I apply? Because I don't know how to use AI. I am not an AI person.
Okay. Well, you already said you understand product analytics, right? That is actually a great way to start, right? But I would just really say you need to if you are not already, you need to like buckle up on the product management bit of things before you can become a product manager. Because product analytics really means just data analytics, like just analyzing data, which number of clicks, those monthly activation, monthly active users, all those things we track. But being a data product manager is more encompassing. It's end to end, and it never ends. So you have to do all the soft skills. You have to know how to collaborate, communicate, and all that. So just put it all together, and I think you'll be able to hack at it. And
yes, I started as a product manager. I did intern in product management. Then subsequently, I now find out that there is need to know more about this data.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you see roles in data product management, apply away. You have knowledge of both worlds, and yeah, you can combine it together. When I became a data product manager, I just had experience in product management, and I just joined as a data scientist, and I was able to combine both worlds together, and I'm doing what I do currently. There are more hands raised, so you can unmute to ask your questions, please.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, Chichi, hi, good evening.
Good evening. So my question is, I'm currently a product manager, but
Okay.
I'm struggling with domain knowledge in terms of data. And most times I would have to depend on my data analysis. But things I know that I can easily pull out. But because I don't have this basic understanding, like domain knowledge, I have to rely on someone for that. So I feel like, is there something I can learn to just improve, like courses or so that I can go take to just improve my skills on this without having to depend on someone next week?
All right, fantastic. Okay, yeah, I super understand you. I really understand you. This is a question that people get to ask me a lot. So one of the things you need to do really is obvious, right? You have to like skill up to learn about analytics, right? But I really do not recommend courses personally for personal reasons, because I have not gone through all those courses to know if they are really credible, because I have discovered that I've taken some in the past. Let me just even check what these people are saying in analytics, and I find that they are just teaching just the surface and they collect a lot of money from people, right? But I think it's just do your research. We are product managers, right? We research a lot, so do your research on one of the best places to do an analytics course, and just go for it. Just like we have product dive. To be frank, when I did my course with product dive, I did a ton of research on them. To be frank, because product dive, the money to do the course was not cheap, right? And I got my value, and that is why I'm what I am today. To be frank, so I'll say you should just research on some of the best analytics schools out there, and just do a course with them. You get your value. To be frank, just do your research. That's what I would advise.
Okay, thank you. I'm currently a product dive alumni.
Fantastic.
With the help of product dive, I was able to get my present job. I
Come
just feel
on.
like I need something.
That's the round of applause to product dive. To be frank, I have a number of people that are graduated from product dive, even in my workspace. To be frank, at work, and I find that really you also went to product dive and all that. So product dive has really been massive in our product careers. To be frank, so just find a school like that in analytics, and you're good to go. And is there any other hands up? Let me see.
I have a question.
Hello, Ram.
Siram,
Abdul,
we are past time, right?
Yes.
Sorry,
Abdul,
yeah.
go with your question. I think I saw Paula raise his hand. Would you want to ask a question, or it was a mistake? Okay. Hi. Do you want to ask a question, please?
Yeah, I want to ask a question.
Okay.
I think.
Please go ahead.
Okay, so I want to transition into in the tech space as a product manager. Is it advisable also to take a course on data analysis comprehensively?
Okay.
Like to combine both.
Do you want to become a data product manager or just a product manager?
Just to start as you're transitioning into a product manager, then
okay, you just need to take a course with product dive. That's just it. You just need to take a course in product management, and you're good to go. It is when you want to like take it a step ahead to say you want to like go into data or analytics space in product management, then you now like probably have an understanding of what the space looks like, to gain that domain knowledge of analytics. And that's when you need to learn data analysis.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, Abdul Rauf, day-to-day work, data PM, regular PM. Well, I don't think there's an easier PM work, right? Because it's PM now. But I would say maybe I might be biased now, but I would say data PM should be more because there's an extra layer of analytics on it. So I think we're past our time. Siram.
Yes, we are 8 minutes late today, but I think that accounts for the late start. We started a few minutes late as well. So I think at this point, you've really talked about everything. I think you answered all the questions. So your final words, Philip?
Okay, my final words were actually what was on the slide to go the extra mile, but I'll just really say that I don't think you are limited. We are really limitless, to be frank. And if you want to even combine products, combine data, combine blockchain, combine everything combinable, but really just do your research and be sure that you are not wasting your time, really. So, because in today's world, the world is moving at a very fast pace, and we can only just skill up, to be frank. In data space currently, especially in AI space, I get tired of tracking development in AI currently because there's just a lot. Right? But I understand the rudimentary. I understand what the core is, so I understand how they go about what they do. Right. So do not limit yourself. Always go for the best. Go for the stars. If you land, you might land in the skies. So just keep doing great stuff. I'm not really great at motivational speeches, but yeah, that's just it, really. So thank you everyone for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Philip, for coming again when we called on you. Thank you so much. We are grateful for your time. We don't take this lightly. Thank you so much for making the time to come and impact our community, share your knowledge with us, answer all the questions that we have. We are grateful. Thank you so much to all the product divers that made it to join in for today's webinar. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you've learned a thing or two that you use to scale up to build better products for your customers. And let's go ahead with the conversation. It shouldn't end here. If you've learned something new or something stood out for you, or Philip drops a gem that you liked, tweet it, send a post, just send a post and tag Product Dive. Let the conversation continue offline and online. Let the world know that yes, there is something good happening here in Product Dive. So for those who are now yet part of Product Dive, if you want to transition in, follow our social media pages or send an email to admissions@productdive.com, and we'll be happy to assist you or get you started. Paulo, I think I heard you mention you want to transition into product management. I bet you Product Dive is the best place to start. We have a course tailored made for anyone who wants to transition, and all those who are already product managers and you want to scale. We have a course tailor made for you. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Have a good afternoon. Have a good morning, depending on where you are joining this webinar from. And have a wonderful new month in a couple of days. Thank you and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you very much.